I'd like to welcome y'all to
Hip hop stop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Stop.
Now, one of the artists that we're trying to get on the air right now, we will get on the air right now, is Kap Kallous. We've got an interview coming up with him real soon, so we're going to try this call here first and see can we get him here on the line.
See how it goes.
See how it goes. Hello.
What up, what up?
What up, Kap Kallous? This is Conor here, and we've got Glenn beside us. How are you doing?
All good, yeah. Let me plug in some headphones so I can hear you better.
No bother at all. Cheers.
All right, cool. Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Well, first of all, welcome to the HipHopStop. This is broadcasting live from Ireland all across the world right now. It's
awesome. What's up?
hip-hop Irish radio show. We support all the artists from all around the world, even the local talent as well. So it's brilliant to have you live on air tonight. So you're live as it is off across the radio waves of Dublin right now.
Yes.
Dope. What's up, Dublin?
Yes, good to hear you on the air. First of all, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to us.
Oh, likewise. Thank you, guys.
No problem at all. Just to give you, just so we can get a little bit of a picture for the people who don't know you. Obviously, we know you here on the show. Can you give us a little bit of a background about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. Kap Kallous, originally from South Florida, which would be out in the States. I came up in the Orlando scene of Florida, which is known as Ozone, Florida, and then I've been living out in LA for the past 4 years. Just dropped a project called Grandeur on Dat Piff for free. And yeah, man, just just an artist that's pushing to try to like bend what people are expecting from hip hop right now. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm an open book. You can ask me whatever, man. I'm just excited to be on the show.
Brilliant. Cheers for that. In terms of how did you get into the whole music scene? Are you rapping long? Are you like how long have you been rapping?
I started rapping, like freestyle rapping, probably in high school when I was like probably 14 years old. So about like 15 years ago, but I didn't really start writing, like actually making music until I was about like 18. So I don't know, for about like 10 years I've been making music, but I'd say I've been doing it seriously for like 5 or 6.
Cool.
Yeah, so I seen you were involved with the KODT. Is that true? A couple of years ago?
I was involved with a different company at one point, but I've been involved. I've always supported the battle scene for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
And would you be a part of it? Were you ever a part of the rap battle scene, or are you just more on the terms of making music?
Definitely more on the terms of making music. I mean, I support anything that's promoting, MCs, and obviously battle rap promotes a lot of MCs. But yeah, I am mainly focused on music.
Just to give us a little bit of a background, we obviously know what's going on in our scene in Ireland, and obviously we'll be touching.
Sure.
We speak about the UK scene.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit about what's the. I know it's a massive crowd in the States. What's the underground scene like in the States at the moment?
I'm not a huge part of the underground scene. I've been working my way more into the industry.
Yeah.
I'd say the underground scene, like, state by state in America is very similar. It's a lot of people who are, going to open mics or, just trying to like cut their teeth and get their chops up. And then like at a certain point, if you're trying to break out of the underground scene and move on into the industry, you start making, bigger connects and moving forward towards record labels and stuff like that. But I'd say, yeah, like state by state, the underground scene is very, very similar, where it's like a bunch of people who want to be the biggest in their area.
Yeah.
And like, instead of focusing on being the biggest in their country. And I always felt like, sometimes the underground scenes, like if you focused on being more of a national act than being a local act, you'd go a lot further.
Yes.
Which is why I moved to Los Angeles. So, I mean, that'd be my best advice to anyone who's involved in an underground scene is like, take the focus off where you are locally, leave your city as much as possible. And like the more you do outside of your city, the more notoriety you'll get in your city.
Yes. And would you say that would be in terms of making music, making more?
Say that again?
Would that be in the terms of like as well as making more radio friendly music or less radio friendly music or less to the scene type of music? Or what way would you think about that?
I would say don't ever change what you do.
Yeah.
For, the sake of like going further, but never be like against doing something different. Like to me, like with music, it's like, you have a blank canvas every time you make a song.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're making the same thing every single time and it's not working, maybe try something different.
Yeah.
But if you just love what you're making and you're only making what you're making for you and you're not pursuing fans, then do whatever you want. But if you're pursuing fans, obviously you got to cater your fans a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. In terms of musical inspirations, what type of music would you feed off?
I mean, I listen to almost everything except for probably like pop country music and like K-pop. But I mean, I listen to everything from Drake to 90s rock to the Meat Puppets to King Cruel to, you know what I mean? Like I listen to everything.
Cool. In terms of who would you be listening to right now? Who's hot in the States? Who's big in the States that people are
my
warming
favorite
up
in the
to?
States right now would probably be like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Kid Cudi. I think he's great. I really, really like Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
On a hip hop level, I love Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, those are probably my two favorites right now.
Two favourites right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're here to talk about yourself and your new release, Grandeur.
for sure.
Grandeur. So tell us a little bit about the album.
Yeah, Grandeur came out 2 weeks ago. It's for free on DatPiff right now. Just go to datpiff.com.
Yeah.
Type in Kap Kallous. It's KapKallous. And it's a really dope project. We worked on it for about a year and a half. It's got some really dope features on there. John Connor's on there, who just signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath.
That's pretty big.
Kasky, who's on YMCMB with like Lil Wayne and Drake. He's on there. We've got Psalm 1, who's on Rhyme Sayers, Recognize, who's with Strange Music, who just dropped an album with Murs, that Murs Day album. And like a handful of really talented people. I mean, it's a really solid project. It's good from the first song to the last song, and I definitely made the project to be listened to all the way through. And there's some really, really dope videos up on YouTube as well. I've got a video with Connor, the video with Kasky, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I think we have something new dropping this week as well.
Cool. In terms of in production-wise, did you handle any production? Shout out to any of the producers there who made anything, or is it independently? Is it locally sourced beats, or where did you get them from?
You know, the main producers on the project are Alexander Brown, who also executive produced the project and mixed the project.
Yeah.
David Grants, who's a really talented producer from Las Vegas, who I do a lot of work with. He actually produced the single with Kasky.
Yeah.
And then Optics and Sean Dammit, who are part of a collective called A Gang Called Dumb. I've been working with Optics and Sean Dammit for almost 10 years. And then Alexander Brown and David Grants have been working with for about 2 years now. But all really, really talented dudes, and they've worked with a wide range of people. So you should definitely check out stuff. They've worked with some really dope people, from Talib Kweli to John Connor to Freeway, Sean Kingston, a lot of people.
A lot of big names. Yeah. In terms of the scene where you came from, you're from Florida, isn't that right?
Correct.
Yeah, so you moved from Florida to LA. Is there a big difference in attitude towards the hip-hop scene? Is it more positive, or is it just really the same thing, just in a better place, is it?
I think the scene, it's a little more, there's a bigger scene in Los Angeles, but it's made up of a lot of different little scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of walk the line of like wanting to be involved in the scene, but then you don't want to bounce around from like group to group because you don't want to seem like you're like trying to get in on too many places.
Yeah.
I've always kind of done my own thing in LA, where it's like, you know, like I'll do a show every once in a while, but I still try to do most of my shows outside of LA because I don't want to become like a local act out here.
Yeah.
Because I'm out here pursuing like, you know, a record deal and trying to be like more of a national artist than like a local LA artist. But I would say like the fan reception and everything like that, like the LA scene's been super like open arms to me, and it's not hard for me to lock down a show. They've been really welcoming on like a lot of the local radio shows, and it's a really welcoming scene. So I mean, anyone who wants to come to LA definitely should. And like, you know, if you're willing to hustle and work and show respect for everything that they've done out here, they will always show love.
They'll always show love. Just for the local scene and the crowds, does there be big crowds that turn up? Because I notice at home here in Ireland, it's a smaller scene, obviously. But what happens is a lot of people put these big promotions on, they put these shows on, but not as many people turn up as they expect. What type of crowds do people get on the local scene? Is it really the people who follow you come, or is it just like, what type of nights are they? Are they your nights, Kap Kallous? Are they your nights where people come to, or is it like a whole bunch of artists?
It's a mix of different things, you know. Like, I mean, I did a lot of promoting when I lived in Florida.
Yeah.
I promoted shows from Murs, Gene Gray, Boot Camp Click, Devin the Dude, a lot of people. And I always had like a pretty heavy draw because I was very involved in like the city.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people knew who I was. And then like in LA, I'd say it's been hit or miss. And to be completely honest, like there's been shows that I've done out here where like I brought out like, you know, 150, 250 people.
Yeah.
And then there's been shows out here where it's just not properly promoted. And it's a dead crowd. I mean, I feel like half of that is on the promoter, the other half is on the artist, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I know 100% what you mean. Now,
And sometimes the artist is the promoter, which is a hard hat to wear.
yes, yeah, there's a lot of work involved in that.
Yeah, no, Cap, I've listened to the album from start to finish, and I feel like you have a unique sound. Would you say you have a unique sound out there in America?
Yeah, I've been pursuing. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been pursuing. The best advice I ever got on music was like, don't worry if it's good. Make sure it's different. Once it's different, it will become good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've just been pursuing making something that's different, that stands on its own, that when someone hears it, they're not like, oh, that's so-and-so, or this guy sounds like this guy. It's like, no, this sounds like Kap Kallous music. And if you like this type of music, then you're a Kap Kallous fan. And if you don't like it, totally cool. I just want to find the people who dig what I do. And yeah, so I've been pursuing doing something unique, and I appreciate that you noticed that. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's like if you listen to like an Eminem song and you listen to a Drake song, you can tell which person it is. But if you listen to a lot of other artists, they all sound the same. But I feel like
that's what happens. I feel like, you know, like every like 3 to 5 years, like there's a stylistic change.
Yeah.
And a lot of people choose to follow trend because they want to stay relevant instead of creating something different and being the next thing. They just want to follow what is currently going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's hard to blow up when you're just already blew up with that flow or with that style, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, just invest in yourself and, you know, be original. And you have to, like, I always look at, like, music as, like, you're given a chance to tell who you are. So why would you tell who you are with somebody else's voice?
Yes.
It's a really good point, yeah.
It's a really, really good point there. But we noticed that you made a conscious decision. A lot of artists in our scene would charge sometimes for a big body of work, and especially with your album has a lot of big names in it. How come you've decided to give it away for free?
You know, I've got 2 more projects that are ready to come out. They're in the process of being mixed. I have a shorter project called More Grandeur that should be coming out, like, you know, by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I have another project called December, and that album will be for sale. And, I mean, I put it out for free originally because I wanted as many people as possible to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, I know that people will, like, listen to the singles and watch the YouTube videos, but it's like, you know, you want a lot of people to hear it. And I looked at it as, like, it's, you know, at a certain point you have to invest. In order to make money, you have to spend money.
Yeah.
And, you know, I invested in myself, and, like, I definitely juggled whether or not I wanted to put the project out for free.
Yeah.
But I just looked at it as like, all right, I'm going to put 2 projects out for free and 1 for sale. And if people really appreciate what I put out for free, the one that's for sale is even better than all the stuff I put out for free.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what, like, let's just see how much attention we can get and get the ball rolling and kind of get a team behind it. And then, you know, like, the goal is when the album for sale comes out, people will support it. But I mean, Grandeur just went live on iTunes, so people are able to purchase Grandeur on iTunes now. But for the first month, I definitely wanted to promote the free link. But I mean, I'm never gonna, like, you know, for lack of a better term, I'm never gonna rob my fans the ability of supporting me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure they knew that, like, you know, like, hey man, like, I get it. Like, I've been broke before. Like, I buy other rappers' albums, like, you know, in stores.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, we've all downloaded an album before. And to me, it's just like, you know what, if you want to hear it, if you're interested in hearing my music, I appreciate it, and therefore I was willing to put out a free project.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I have to admit, to be honest, from our listening to it, because we've been bumping it in the car on the way out as well.
Yeah,
it is worth money.
It is.
Yeah, thank you.
It is definitely worth money. Just to talk a little bit about how the scene has changed since, like, say, the 90s scene.
Okay.
What's the difference in sound? Do you think it'll ever go back to that way, or have we just evolved in the hip-hop world?
I mean, I wasn't involved in the scene, obviously, in the 90s.
Same here. I'm the same.
But sound-wise,
yeah.
You know, I feel like we've really gone back to, like, a super 90s sound. I mean, I feel like, you know, maybe in the 2000s, everyone was really trying to replicate, like, an 80s sound.
Yeah.
And then in the 90s, I mean, in the 2010s, like, you know, the decade that we're in now, is that people are really going back to a 90s sound. Like, you know, you look at someone like an A$AP Rocky, which is like a perfect example of like a lot of his sound is based on a throwback style.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I think that's good. I think, you know, like, it's putting a younger generation on to stuff that they may not be aware of. And even if they're misquoting it and it's like, oh, like, you know, that's an A$AP Rocky line, and like, you know, someone's like, nah, that's a 3 6 Mafia line, or that's a Bone Thugs line.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, but at least they're getting hip to the culture.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, some people would be like, oh, well, they got to pay homage to, like, you know, the person who like paved the way for that sound. But it's like, you know what? It's bringing back relevance to something that's cool. And like, to me, I don't think there's anything wrong with digging. And it's like, you know, if you were an artist in the 90s and you're still pursuing a career now and you haven't evolved, that's not anyone's fault but your own.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's exactly, I think that's 100% true.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Now, in terms of, have you got a tour coming up? Do you do much touring? Are you going to be doing a tour around the States?
I have a couple shows lined up. I just came back from Florida. I did the album release party out there. Before that, a week before that, I did a show with John Connor at the Troubadour in LA.
Yeah.
I've got 2 shows coming up, July 11th and 13th in Alaska, one in Sitka and one in Juneau with Lucky I Am from the Living Legends. And then I'm working on getting back on the road.
Yeah.
But there's just been like, I've been weighing out my options because like some tours out here, like you just know they're not going to be as fruitful. And I mean, I kind of have to be a little more picky.
Yeah.
I really want to expand into the European market too. I mean, I'd love to come out to, you know, like to the UK and to Ireland and, you know, really see what's going on there. I feel like people would be very receptive to what I'm doing right now.
Definitely, and to be honest with you, in Ireland there's a growing scene here, and the Irish hip hop scene has taken off, and the UK scene has taken off massively in the last couple of years. So there's a big market out there as well for hip hop right now. Just so you know.
Yeah, I remember like in the MySpace days, I used to build with a couple Ireland hip hop artists. I know there was a dude named Rob Kelly. I don't know if he's still around.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well for himself, actually.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I used to build with him on MySpace, man. I'd love to tell that dude what's up, man. It's probably been 8 years since I've talked to him.
He'll probably hear this interview, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really? Well, then, Rob Kelly, man, you've always been dope, man. I'd love to do another track with you or something. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely send him on the link. Don't worry, we have him on our Facebook. Don't worry, we'll get him.
Oh, cool, man. I was hoping, like, you know, like I didn't want to say someone's name and have you guys be like, that's the guy in the scene that everyone doesn't like. But he was always really dope. So
No, everybody thinks he's sick.
He is,
yeah, he's the man.
Just sorry for going back to a conversation. You did say you're a kid in the 90s. What did you listen to in the 90s?
Man, I could tell you this right now. I grew up definitely listening to like classic rock up until probably like I remember the first hip hop tape that I ever got was The Chronic by Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
And then like I really got into like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Cypress Hill. Like that was like all I listened to like probably like in elementary school.
Yeah.
And then middle school I got really into like Biggie, Tupac, Eminem, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
And then in high school I got way more into like, you know, Jay-Z, Nas, and then I started getting a lot more experimental with like rock and punk rock and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's, to be honest with you, not just saying it because you're on air, but that's similar to myself. That's the same type of scene that I was involved in, same type of artists that you've named there, bar from one or two, but it's really the same type of thing. It's mad to think that you're so far away, but we still touched by the same music. So that's
yeah. Well, it's culture has a crazy way of having that ripple effect where it's like it'll start somewhere and then like it just spreads really, really fast and it affects people in a similar way on a totally different side of the world. You know. In
terms of the big names, would you've named a couple of big names there like Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem? Would you have a lot of respect for those guys?
Definitely.
Yeah. Just to touch on the way hip hop scene seems to be evolving. Would that be right? In the States, so, the kind of like the white rappers seem to be more evolved in the hip hop scene, or have they always been like that in the States?
You're saying white rappers?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always been white MCs. Like, I mean, if you go back to, you know, Milkbone or Third Base, you know, or
House of Pain.
Like, I mean, there's always been white MCs, but like, you know, I think obviously, like, let's be honest, like Eminem definitely broke down doors for anyone who wanted to be a rapper. Yeah. You know, like I know, like for definitely, like, for me, like, I always like rap. I always like trying rap. And then, like, when seeing the impact that Eminem had, it's like, okay, like, you could actually, like, have an impact and not be, like, an outcast from the scene.
Yeah.
You know, but, like,
Yeah.
I mean, even someone like R.A. the Rugged Man, like, I looked up to R.A. the Rugged Man a lot, like, you know, like, in, like, high school. Because it was, like, this is a dude who's done songs with, like, Biggie and has been involved in, like, the New York hip-hop scene and just hip-hop scene in general for so long and is super respected. You know what I mean? And it's like, at the end of the day, like, a culture, the hip hop culture has nothing to do with race.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, if you're nice, you're nice.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you know, like, granted, let's keep it real. Like, if the nicest rapper in the world looks ridiculous, like, you know, hip hop, a lot of hip hop has to do with image.
Yeah.
But not with race.
Mm.
So it's like, you know, like, I mean, I think really what it is just like people, it's just your image and how do you present yourself and are you comfortable being yourself?
Yeah.
You know, I think the issue is that, like, you know, you get white folks involved in hip hop that don't understand the culture and they think that it's a black and white thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And they try to emulate something that's not them, and then they start coming off as being not authentic.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, well, we can see right through you. And the one thing about hip hop is honesty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you're not keeping it real, then we're not going to support you. But if you don't have an issue with keeping it real and being yourself, it should never be an issue.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. It's a great way to describe it there. For instance, it's a great way to describe it. Thanks for that. Just
No problem.
go back to the grand that you've released a couple of videos of it. Which videos have you released?
I dropped a video for I Don't Mind featuring Kasky.
Yeah.
That was the first video we dropped. Then we dropped a video for Lighthouse, which is just like a solo track that's like a really, really long verse.
Yeah.
One of my favorite beats on the album, too, produced by David Grants.
Yeah,
we
same.
dropped the video for Lonely Famous, which is featuring John Connor and Pro. Pro is also another talented artist out of Memphis.
Yeah.
And then I think we're about to drop the video for I don't know if I should tell you, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. We're dropping the video for 1,000 times, probably within the next like 7 days.
Oh, cheers! That's brilliant. That's a good exclusive. So at least we will watch out for that.
Cool. I just have a question about the features you have on the album. How did you get so big features on the album, like John Connor and things like that?
Everyone on the album I'm friends with.
So did you know them before they
Yeah, I've known
for
Connor for about 10 years.
Oh, cool.
You know, like he actually lived in Orlando. We lived in like the same place for like a good 5-6 years back and forth.
Yeah.
Performed on the same stages for years. I've been to Flint, you know, like for like the holidays before, like I'm close like with his family and stuff like that. So he's just a good friend of mine. Kasky Kasky's from Orlando as well. He's a little bit younger than me, but like his big homies were my little homies.
Yeah.
So we had a connection through like people. Psalm 1 I've known for years, and she works closely with Optics, who produced the track that she's on called Sushi Bar.
Yeah.
Recognize is a pillar in the Florida hip hop scene.
Yeah.
And I've known Recognize for forever. You know, so I mean, and I'm so proud of that dude, like getting his deal with Mayday on Strange, and now that he's like, you know, got the band working with Murs, like to see the things that he's done is just inspiring. And then like all the other artists that aren't even like as big of names. I mean, everyone on there is just extremely talented, and there's not one person on there that I don't have a personal relationship with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it comes across on the album as well.
Yeah, it's definitely like a family. I don't know whether to say this, but it's like a family album. Everyone on it is all good friends, and there's no beef between anyone. It's good.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I mean, I can't. It's weird because I recently stopped doing features, like paid features, because it's like I feel like if I don't know you, it's hard to make like a really great song with you, and I don't want to give anyone like a half-worked verse or anything like that. And it's like I enjoy making, like I make music because I enjoy making music, and I never want to force it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're working with somebody, there needs to be some kind of camaraderie and synergy there.
Yeah.
And like that's why like I just looked at like, hey man, like who are the most talented friends that I have, and like how can I showcase them on this album that I'm working on, and that's what I sought out to do.
You definitely have. You've got a lot. Your friends are a lot more talented than my friends, to be honest.
Hey, I mean, I don't know your friends personally. Don't judge them like that. Maybe they're just late bloomers. I don't know.
But they won't hear this. Don't worry. I won't show them this bit. I'll edit this bit out of the video.
Not a problem.
So, Grand, where can we get it for you. I know we spoke about it already. So where can we get it? Where is it available online to the masses if they want to get it right now?
Right now, if you want to download Grandeur for free, you can go to datpiff.com and just look up Grandeur. It's GRANDEUR, or just search Kap Kallous, KAPKALLOUS, and you can download it there for free. And if you love it and you want to show some support, go to iTunes, type in Kap Kallous or Grandeur, and it'll pop up. I've also got a couple other dope albums on there. And either way, I mean, just Google me, watch the videos. The links will be in the videos. And I mean, whatever you can do to support, whether you download it or whether you buy it, I appreciate it. Just show somebody my music. Any further I can do for my fan base and spreading the word of what I'm trying to do, which is just, make something original and giving people a taste of what goes on in my head from my perspective.
Yeah.
It's all appreciated. I just, good folks like you guys who reach out from a whole nother country that are interested in what I do. It's all love, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you coming on tonight because you've been really the first artists from the States that have come on the show. We've been reaching out. We've been normally doing more European artists and building the scene here in Ireland and the UK. So we're branching out to more people in the States like yourself with good music. We want people on the show like that. So really, really appreciate you taking time out today.
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure. I'll come on anytime, and obviously if you guys ever need help reaching out to certain artists, some people are really, really busy, but if there's some people that I can put you in contact with and vice versa, just let me know, man. I'm more than happy to help. Cheers.
Thanks very much for coming on. We're going to end the interview with Lonely Famous, so do you want to intro Lonely Famous in? It's going live over the air right now.
Yeah, most definitely, man. This is one of the singles off of Grandeur that's out free on DatPiff or available for download on iTunes right now. It's called Lonely Famous, featuring John Connor and Pro. It's a great track. Enjoy it. And, man, lots of love to Ireland, man. Shout out to Dublin. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, thanks very much. All the best. Thank you.
See you.
All right, cheers.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
All right, peace.
Okay. I just want some fame. World be calling my name. Ain't no roof on my top. Fuck the gold in your chain. Hey, get it off my city. Little homie, don't play. Hey, bring your homegirl with me. Ain't you glad that I came? I'm still on top. I'm still on top. I'm still on top. Ain't you glad that I came? I'm still on top. I'm still on top. I'm still on top. I'm still on top. I'm still on top.
Yeah, I'm a Hollywood Don, call me Hollywood John. Niggas know what the fuck this is. I love this shit. They say the game, love the fuck niggas. Well, I love this bitch. Never had a hoe, keep it more thorough. Going back to Jimi Hendrix and Marilyn Monroe. It's the game, the shit don't change. Small window of opportunity before they close the door. Oh, 15 minutes go so fast. Little bit of flash, little bit of cash, little bit of this, little bit of that. Get a little ass, look at that. Now you flat back on your ass. One hit wonder, like I wonder what happened to homeboy from last summer. The whole hood loved him. Now he in I-5 and he back to back in cucumbers. Shit sad, but it still happen. I know niggas 45 and they still rapping. The niggas say he got the plug, must have missed that one. He on his 5th baby mama and his 6th out. Damn, living the dream, ready to crash weddings while I'm killing the shit, ready to stash weapons. Peg leg, you dead nigga, you half stepping. These punchlines for niggas needing the ass whipping. See, I could hear you months of music that'll result with you having bumps and bruises, lumps, contusions that'll leave you black and blue. Type of shit that a motherfucking punk consume.
Let them know, bro.
It's just me and my twin. The game I play, they knowin' I'm gon' win. Y'all don't know the depth that we been. Hell yeah, we deserve the spot that we in. Done.
And I'm saving it, put a flag in the game, I'm claiming it. And all the words that I say gon' pay the rent. One day I'll be your fucking favorite. Till then, I'ma kill these shows and stun on hoes in my b-boy pose. State by state, I'ma save these souls so the blood in my veins sweat through my clothes. Oh, Pro and Conor with me, big pun flow with the mind of 50. Kinda indie, I'm a Nipsey. Since day one, had the hustle in me. I'm a go-getter, I get dough and I know better too. Fuck with a lonely hoe that don't better you. Incredible instincts instead of you telling me what I should do. You do it, I'm moving, I'm fluid, I do it, I get it, I said it, I meant it. I bet in a million credits that none of y'all ever can measure the bar that I set for myself. Ain't nobody else. I'm sonning these rappers, they getting the belt, they begging for help. No one can hear all you screaming over me winning. I feel like I'm lapping myself. Fuck how you felt. Talk to your bitch and I'm making her melt. Shit that I said, breakfast in bed, head on the wall like I'm hunting the elk. Up on the shelf, next to the plaques I'll eventually have. Swimming in cash, isn't too bad. Lonely famous, I'm meant to be that. Yeah, I'm meant to be that. Want some fame, world be calling my name. Ain't no roof on my top. Fuck the gold in your chain. Hey, get it off my city. Little homie, don't play. Hey, bring your homegirl with me. Ain't you glad that I came? I'm still on top. I'm still on top. I'm still on top. Ain't you glad that I came? I'm still on top. I'm still on top.
Put me on this.
I'm still on top. I'm still on top. I'm still on top.
Yeah, buddy, I'm still on top. 2K13, but I'm still on pop. Hail Mary, I get around. These niggas hate, but they still gon' chop. Remember days when I just window shop? Now I vacate to the endo spot. No host, stop, no flow, just so you know. Call that shit a bimbo clock. Hey, how you like me now when you thought I needed a handout? You can smack to your damn mouth, but even having a handout, I sound like Ike Turner on the bench. That's a burden. If I had a lane, you could put me in. I'd probably be swerving. Lonely famous, man, my life would not be basic. Even though you niggas dreaded, most of y'all ain't really Haitian. I hate we so divided, but my page is multiplying. It's a bunch of actresses that really need me up inside them. Two X's, no O's there. Dig that, no noses. Only lost some sanity, still on top and don't care. This cheese ain't shit but dairy. Maybe knock some Holly Berries. How the fuck I get on top? Now I'm finna bust a cherry.
This ain't no dream, no. I put my team on. I'm trying to get it, you ready? I'm ready, you're not. I'm doing better, man. Put that on everything. I'm trying to get it, you ready? We ready, you're not. Just want some fame. World be calling my name. Ain't no roof on my top. Fuck the gold in your chain. Hit it off my cities. Lil' homie, don't play. Bring your homegirl with me. Ain't you glad that I came now? And I blacked out in this lighthouse and I shine bright with the lights down. Got no time for a wife now, cause I fucked around with like every style. Ain't nobody touching me. Quarantine, I ain't clean. LSD, OCD, I made a swig that Listerine. Brush your teeth and leave your crib, you know that ain't no way to live. High school I dipped cigarettes and left them in my jar of piff. Ask me how bizarre this is, my harvest is so marvelous. Been through hell and harder shit. G.O.D. I'm heaven sent, never met the devil. Seen him on many levels, ain't the type to light candles. Type of shit I can handle, huh? Halo, halo, I've been looking for an angel, lay low. I'm a little unstable, they know, taking they heart like Kano, huh? I dropped my cradle in a volcano. I ain't no baby, living in Hades, in the Euphrates, in the mid-80s, sipping on Baileys. What can you pay me? Fuck you, I mean fuck you, pay me, lady. Dick ain't free, I got people waiting. All day long, I got people hating. I'm fading. Another galaxy, fuck if you mad at me. I am a casualty of my own tragedy. My people backing me just like the Maccabees, packing the Mac in the back of the gallery. Blast, splatter the crowd. Pieces of people are scattered around. Look at me now, look at you now. Fuck it, you think I was playing around? I got a real Van Gogh in my house. Please don't knock unannounced. Blonde bimbo on my couch, about halfway into her mouth. She going down for that bank account, but doesn't know I ain't balling out. Got 30 bucks and like a quarter ounce of that quiet money. Smoking loud and she took two and I ate half. Scuba diving bubble bags. Came 2 times, I had to eat that. Wait 3 times, I had to beat that. We laughed cause she know I don't pay for hood rat bitch with a model face. I nothing, then I got on stage. I guess some things they never change, huh? Ho, change up, fix your makeup, go home, make love to your pay stub. That's a husband, you don't love him. Some things just ain't what they was then. And I know I'm drifting off. I'm in Houston, we lifting off. Pro meth cap, yeah, I twisted off. Don't think that gon' fix my cough, and I sipped it off. My vision gone. Black out, my light isn't on. This is a home, I'm in the zone. Fuck you think that I live here for?
The lighthouse living, champagne wishes, the caviar dreams, couple bad bitches. Lighthouse living, y'all don't get it. Caviar dreams with real bad bitches.
She took 2 and I ate half. Scuba diving bubble baths. Came 2 times, I had to eat that. Wait 3 times, I had to beat that. Then she took 2 and I ate half. Scuba diving bubble baths. Came 2 times, I had to eat that. Wait 3 times, I had to beat that.
Lighthouse living, champagne wishes, caviar dreams, couple bad bitches. Lighthouse living, y'all don't get it. Caviar dreams.
I'd like to welcome y'all to
HipHopStop.